You know I've been to China and you know I'm very excited. So this whole series is called East Meets West, which I've already talked about, and I'm just going to share the designs that I saw while I was away. One of the things that I did see that I loved were a lot of beautiful golden urns. Urns everywhere. A lot of temples, a lot of urns. Beautiful. This is an urn that I did years ago because I wasn't allowed to bring one I saw home, and I was told, I think you've got enough containers at home, sweetheart, without getting into any more. So I sort of kind of agreed with them. But anyway, I was able to resurrect this from the bunker. And when you look at the container, there's peonies, there's usually birds, there'll be butterflies, there'll be roses, but it's their way of bringing the outside in so that it can be enjoyed. Now this urn is one of my favourites, and I'm pleased that I did all that work all those years ago when I was having a wee moment. Now this arrangement has just 3 things in it. The lady told me that it is the beauty of the container that is equally as beautiful as the flowers. This thing here I actually bought to bring home because I was so in love with the roses that I saw. And this was like, these were growing on lots and lots and lots of houses, especially in, I think it was Beijing and the Utons, which is where they communally used to all live together. And there was a lady who had made this, and I actually watched her setting up and doing it, and it was just like fascinating watching her with her little nimble fingers creating this. And she told me that she has been making this thing here for years, and it's just, and she said that when she did it, it was, she wanted to bring the inside into her, the outside into her house, and she had developed how to make this. And look, it was, I had to give her more than it was worth because I could just see the amount of hours that she had spent with it. But isn't it just gorgeous? But anyway, what she did with her arrangement was, now you use the structure, and that can go down to there. The structure goes into the container, which then gives you the base to put your other flowers. Red is a very auspicious, lucky colour. So I thought, right, well, I'm going to take that on because I actually like red as well. The other thing that was really interesting was that the flower arrangements they weren't ornate, but they were placed as if you'd just gone outside and you had picked a new in place, but not a lot of picking and bringing inside. Let them be outside so that they will last longer, and let's do the artificial. So that was a story that I was pleased to get the end of. So the roses, as I might have said earlier on, I think that China should be called the rose country of the world because they were magnificent, and the fragrance, oh my goodness, especially in Beijing. So and she said to me that just that on its own, she had this beautiful big golden urn. It was just gorgeous, but she just pushed it in and then she just let it be. And she said, then if you wanted to, you can then add other flowers. So a peony goes into there, and then we'll just bring a peony down into there, like so. The flowers are placed as if they were growing. If they're a little bit high, a little bit too low, don't worry about it. But it is to represent like this, the movement, which is pretty much what I go on about anyway. You know, if you've got a straight line, you've got to have a wiggly line, and then you have a bit of visual interest. So just this whizzing around, and then the 2 peonies just sitting there, pristine, perfect. You don't need a lot to create a beautiful story. The peonies in China were divine. Unbelievable. If you're interested in the story and where I went, check out my Instagram, because everywhere I went, every day, there is a story of what I saw. I think that that's probably the best of the arrangements that I saw when I was there. I don't know. Hope you've enjoyed this. I've enjoyed sharing it with you, and I look forward to seeing you again another day.